Okay. Welcome everyone. Sawadee Cup, Sawadee Ton Chow. We are live from Davin Coffee and Cafe, a very luxurious, opulent, nice cafe, restaurant, bar. And I've been here once before, that was yesterday, because I wanted to check the place out. I wanted to scout it out before I came here. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, everybody. This is not really your everyday coffee shop for most people. This is not your quick down and dirty kind of place. This is more like a Sarni's, although I would say it's probably even more it's definitely more opulent, but it's probably more expensive than Sarni's. It's not cheap here. Good morning, everybody. So, yeah, you know, this place is, it's quite nice. The coffee is very good. Staff's very nice. Everything is really cool. I'll do a video on this place, and I'll show you around in a few minutes. But today's topic, Sawadee. I will get into everything in a minute. Let me get through my spiel here. Today's topic is whether or not Thailand's visa system is really all that difficult. And some people think it is, some people don't. I got a message, you know, I did a little video about the changing back from 45 days to 30 days for those people who are eligible for no visa entry or a visa exemption. In the past, it's always been 30 days. You could extend for 30 days. That's 60 days, and you could do that back and forth. You could go in and out of the country, and you could stay here. Basically, people used to stay here for 20, 30 years at a time, and that's ended. That's not possible anymore. How long you can actually stay is up for a debate and up to the specific immigration officer. But they did change it, and this ended on March 31st. They changed it. I think it started January 1st, or maybe it was December 1st, to 45 days with a 30-day extension, so you could stay for 75 days. Now, some people have been complaining about this. It's not enough time. Why doesn't Thailand get their act together? So I got a message the other day from Mr. Gabe, who said their visa programs are going downhill. Other countries such as the Philippines, Portugal, and Vietnam, much more generous and welcoming. Now, while I don't necessarily disagree that it is more difficult to get here than some other countries, what I would say is anything worth having is going to be a little more difficult. And for instance, in Cambodia, it is really easy to get in and get a retirement visa if you're over 55. It's very, very easy. If you go through an agent, you don't even have to show any funds. You don't have to show really anything. You just walk in, say, this is what I want. You pay the money, and you're in. Now, I think Cambodia has caught up quite a bit to Thailand, but I think they're still never going to be Thailand because they just don't have the resources as far as for tourism. They don't have the resources that Thailand has. They're never going to have the number of mountains and streams and beaches and cities that Thailand has. They're just not going to have it. And this is the thing. People want to come to Thailand. People want to live here. Say what you will about it. Most of the people that I see really seriously complaining are people who complain about they have to show the money, they have to show this, they have to go through the red tape. Let me tell you something. If you want to talk about red tape, well, before I go on, let me just say that from now is the start of the Songkran festival here. Actually, technically, it's tomorrow through the 15th. But in some areas, they're starting already right now, and they're going all the way through the 19th. So happy Songkran Festival. Now through the 16th, use the code Songkran, get 10% off all my merch. You can just go to AmericaninBangkok.com and get a shirt, get a hat, get a mug, whatever it is, and use the code Songkran, and you get 10% off on all items. So that's good. Also, a shout out to John S., you bastard, who had to send me a video which showed he was in an area where there was a rap god. Rap god, now whether by coincidence or not, the rap god, the restaurant where basically I have food and then for the next month I've got diarrhea. Could it be a coincidence? Maybe. Anyway, shout out to John. As far as the weather goes, all I can say is it is bloody hot. It was 8:30 when I checked the weather, and it was 88 degrees, and the humidity was 75%, and the feel-like temperature was 99 degrees. Okay, so it is very hot and humid here. And our air conditioning bill has gone way up. It's the highest that it's ever been for the last 2 months. And we're all trying to get out of the house as much as possible just because we don't want to use the air conditioner. We don't want to be laying around in the house. Because even though we have the air conditioning on, it's still a little bit warm. So there's that. The exchange rate right now is 34.25 to the US dollar. So that's fairly good. Anything over 34, in my opinion, is good. I will say this. The air quality was, the last I looked, it was 118, which is unhealthy for sensitive individuals. It is almost always unhealthy. Wherever I am in Thailand, the air quality always seems to be unhealthy. And that is a major thing because, as I understand it, that could take 10, 15 years off of someone's life. Especially if they're a young kid, it's going to take quite a bit of time off of their lives because the air is just absolutely filthy. And I'll tell you what, both times I came over here, I took the motorbike because it's a lot cheaper. It's about half the price. And I took Bolt, which is about 35% cheaper than Grab. I mean, you're talking about the difference from about 200 baht in a taxi to 65 baht on a motorcycle. It's unhealthy from everyone, no matter what they say. I mean, for everyone, yeah, it is unhealthy for everyone. So this is something that, this is starting to be a game changer for me because on my way over here, I just went through a little area and I was like, man, I can't breathe in this place. And it was because the air was so bad that it was like it was like you're going through a fog of dirty air. It was really, really bad. As you can see, there's numerous staff here. Let me give you a quick look around here. I'm not going to walk around at the moment, but this is where it starts here. There's a huge parking lot. They're having a concert outside for Songkran Festival. These are some of the staff over here. It is a club. It was formerly just a club. Now it is also a coffee shop. Now you see this is the coffee area. And they have a guy with a really tiny weenie right here. So 2Q Asia feels right at home. And there is an upstairs. I'm not going to go up there now because I've already been up there. It's empty. It's really closed. But they did let me go up there and film up there. And you got the little guy up here, or the big guy, whatever you want to call him. But they got quite good coffee. And I'll show you. Let me show you over here. I will show you the khanoms because there's a lot of really good khanoms over here. A lot of good sweets, which I can't have any of these because I don't want to be fatter than I am already. So I got some good stuff here. I like the tiramisu and the carrot cake, which is right there. And then they got some croissants and bread and stuff. It's quite a nice place, but like I said, it's a bit pricey. And then they have over here, they have an IPA bar, and also, you know, they just got regular old beers. So it's very nice. And then of course they have upstairs, which we're not going. I'll save that for the video. Leonardo da Vinci, a quote from Leonardo da Vinci. They spent some dough to get this place right. It's very nice. Say hello to all the girls here. All right. So now that we've taken care of this, who's rattling? It's probably me. It's probably this phone. I don't know. I don't know what's going on lately with this phone. Eventually, I'm going to have to get a new one. Thank you very much, Carnival Chronicles. Thank you. Appreciate that. Favorable and lucky Thai New Year to all. I will say this, that in the last couple of months, not only me, but my wife have been thinking about, you know, what do we really want to do? And I'll tell you one thing, we have actually started contemplating starting the process for my wife to get her green card and then get citizenship. Because for the long term, I think it's a good thing. And like I said, we're going on this trip. We got Ecuador coming up. I'm anxiously awaiting going to Ecuador and also Portugal. So, you know, there's a lot happening right now. I'm much busier. I'm exercising. I'm in the gym for an hour and a half, 2 hours every day now. Between that and, you know, trying to edit, I must have 15 different videos that I'm working on, and I just need to sit and do one at a time and get them all finished. What do I have that I'm working on? I have a video from the gym. I have a video from this place. I have a video from the last coffee shop, and I think I have one from the coffee shop before that. I have a TRT video because someone requested that I talk about the use of TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And then I have all of the Chiang Mai videos still, and I have some Sangkaburi videos, and I got all kinds of other stuff that I don't even know about. So I got my hands full between that and between Alex is now finished with school, so he went to work yesterday. They actually called him and said, "Do you want to work for us? You know, whenever you want." He said, "Okay." So he's working until we leave, at least off and on. And you know what that means is I don't have my little I don't have my staff available. The kids are not available to help with the house and everything. So between me and my wife, we're very busy right now. My wife is actually, well, you want to talk about red tape and people complaining about Thailand. She's trying to get into Ireland. We all can get into Ireland very easily because we're all Americans. They have their American passports. I have my American passport. For us to go through Ireland, no problem. Everywhere we go, no problem. Abu Dhabi, we have to go to Abu Dhabi for a 3.5 hour layover. No problem with visas there. She doesn't have to worry about it. Then we go to Dublin, and that's the only place that we have to worry about a visa for her. And so the amount of paperwork, the amount of bureaucracy she has to go through, it's incredible. And the thing is we're only going to be there for 11 hours. And if I had it my way, we'd be in the same terminal and we would just stay in the terminal. I mean, you know, it sucks, but we would do it. However, because we're changing terminals, what that means is we are entering the country. We have to go through immigration. So for me and the kids, it's no problem. We can go right through the immigration, not a problem at all. However, for her, there is no transit visa for a Thai. What that means is she's got to get a short stay visa. Just to even leave the terminal, she has to get a short stay 90-day visa. That means showing necessary funds. That means showing pay slips. That means getting a letter from her job. That means showing that she's married, that she's traveling with us, what her itinerary is. It's a major pain in the neck. So for those people crying about coming to Thailand and all they have to do to come for 30 days is walk through immigration, and then they have to go to immigration and get and pay 1,900 baht to get an extra 30 days. My big question is just how often are tourists, if you're talking about tourists, how often are tourists staying for longer than 2 months? Now, older people may have the means to stay for longer. Younger people who, let's say 25, how are they staying for longer than this? And why? I mean, okay, let's say you want to stay for 3 months. That's entirely possible here. It's not that difficult. You can leave the country once. After 60 days, you come back again, you get another 60 days. They might even let you back another 60 days. That means you can stay for anywhere from about 45 days. Yeah, you see, this is the thing. If you're traveling over land, it's a bit different than if you're flying. But they say it's twice. So, you know, but they're doing kind of like what India does, where you can only be in the country for, if you're a tourist, you can only be in the country for 60 days, or 6 months rather. No more in a 6-month period. You can only be in the country for no more than that. And that's it. Otherwise, you got to get a different kind of visa. And I understand what they're saying. You know, I know it sucks. It would be nice if you could get a 1-year tourist visa, but I think they figured, why are people staying for 1 year? And then extending it, and then extending it, and extending it, and doing it over and over again. So they want to shut that loophole. And to some extent, I understand it. But what I really want to take a look at is if you want to stay longer than that. And I did take a cursory look. I did look and tried to get the basics from several countries. Now, this guy, Gabe, was talking about Portugal, the Philippines, and Vietnam. I can tell you that Vietnam, while you can use an agent, and an agent will help, and there is a 5-year visa available for some people, it is very difficult to stay long-term compared to other countries. Vietnam is not the place it was when I first went, which was, I don't know, 4 years ago, so 5 years ago. They've changed things. They've tightened things down. So, you know, that place in itself, what kind of place do you want to retire to? That's the thing. Do you want to retire to a place where you set up shop, maybe you meet a girl, you hook up, you're living together, whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, married, whatever it is, and then you have to worry about getting the boot. Oh, well, we're sorry, just like during the pandemic. We're sorry, you have to leave because we're not renewing any visas now. And you've lived there for 10 years. Imagine me being here and I've got to take everything I have, which, you know, for me, I have no sentimental attachment to most of my stuff. You know, I bring my phone, I bring my laptop, I bring some cameras, but my clothes, I'm fine. But, you know, what effect would that have it on, the family? What effect will that have it on any family? What effect will it have on some guy who's like, let's say he's 80 years old, he's been living here for 30 years, 25 years, whatever it is, and then Thailand just goes, oh, sorry, you got to leave now. You've been married to a Thai for 20 years, but you have to leave. You don't have enough money anymore. Oh yeah, well, I'm on retirement and we get by, we don't have a problem. Too bad, sorry. You don't meet our criteria. So I understand both sides. And the one thing that really burns me up about Thailand, and I've mentioned this numerous times, is that I've been here so long, I've been married. This is a legitimate marriage, as legitimate as it comes. We got kids, and it is a royal pain if I want to get permanent residency, which brings me to the next point. Like I said, in Vietnam, it is not easy to get permanent residency. If you are a Vietnamese citizen by birth or through family, a descendant of a Vietnamese, like your mother is Vietnamese, but you were born in America, you can get Vietnamese citizenship relatively easy. But if you're just an American trying to retire in Vietnam now, it's not easy. It's not as easy in some of the places. Let me just see here what I've got here, how I've got this set up here. So, the thing with Thailand is there are many, many options for people. You have the elite visas. You have investment visas. You have education visas. Yeah, it may not be optimal for most people, but you have marriage visas, of course. Retirement visas. Now you have this smart visa. You have business visas. And there's media visas. There's diplomatic visas, which usually you have that in every country, but so to be fair. But let's go to, if I can find it here. Let's talk about Cambodia first. As soon as I found out yesterday, shout out to Carnivore Chronicles for reminding me that it's really easy in Cambodia to get a visa, and a retirement visa is actually very easy. Now, you have to be a little bit older than here in Thailand. However, in many cases, you don't even have to show any money. You just go in. You can use an agent, or you can show the money and not use an agent. But my pal who lives there, he's already on a retirement visa. He's already getting it extended. It's not a problem. It's very, very easy. They also have something called My Second Home, Cambodia My Second Home, which offers a 10-year renewable visa to applicants and their family members who invest at least $100,000 in real estate projects. The program provides a path to citizenship after 5 years of residence. And there is also a direct citizenship by investment program, which let's take a look at that. The expedited naturalization, if you donate $245,000 to the royal government or invest at least $305,000 in approved projects. Now, this sounds like a lot of money, and it is. I mean, bottom line is, it is a lot of money. However, Thailand is not a whole hell of a lot better. They want approximately, $279,000? Let's see here, if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it here. I believe it's $279,000. And what does that get you? Or you can just show 800,000 baht or 65,000 baht a month. You can do that. You can get yourself an elite visa, 20 years, 2 million baht, not including VAT. 1 million baht for 10 years, VAT included, or 5 years, 600,000. Now, that may sound like a lot of money, but if you're a young guy, let's say you're 40 years old, and you've been working and you've socked away, you got a good job, you're earning good money, you've socked away, say, $250,000. You want to live in Thailand, you pay 27,000 or whatever it is. Boom, you got 10 years. You got 10 years in the country. You don't have to deal with any of this BS. Now, granted, you lose that money. Is you need to transfer for an investment visa. It's 10 million baht, or roughly $279,000 US. And you have to have had a non-immigrant visa for 3 years, which I have had. You got to have permanent residency, I think, for 5 years after that to get the citizenship. So that's Thailand. 279,000 versus 100,000 in Cambodia. In the Philippines, now, granted, the Philippines is much easier, just like Cambodia. However, I dare say that the Philippines is nothing. I'm sorry to all the Filipinos out there, but it is not on the same level as Thailand. It's just not. Okay, there's a lot more poverty. Tourism is not as big there. It's got some beautiful beaches, beautiful people, and all that good stuff. But let's face it, it's not on the same level. Their infrastructure is not as good. There's brownouts all the time. I don't know if they're still going on, but they were happening almost every day when I was there. All the times that I've been there were brownouts all the time, which is, not good. It's a pain in the neck, especially if you're trying to work, do some online work. However, in the Philippines, you can apply for a special investor's resident visa, SIRV. It's for the low sum of just 75,000 US dollars. This allows you to invest money in Filipino equities or a local company, provided they fall into one of more than a dozen categories the government is looking to grow. These mainly include services, construction, tourism, and similar. There is a growth in their GDP, apparently approximately 6 to 8% per year. But do you really want to live in the Philippines? For some people, they love it. And, it's a great place. It's fantastic. I don't think it compares to Thailand. It's just my opinion. If you don't like it too freaking bad, my opinion, my words, my choice. So, sorry. Not to say that the Philippines cannot be a fabulous place to live for some people. I know people that live there. I know foreigners who live there who love it there. And I think in many of these places, let's just put it this way. If the place needs your money, it's going to be easier to get there. Now, Thailand has a plethora of foreigners who want to live in the country. I mean, let's face it, a lot of people want to live here. Oh my God, I'm going to get myself a beautiful Thai girl and I'm going to live there and be happy forever. You might be. You might not be. I have my days where I absolutely I think to myself, man, what a fantastic place. The people are great. Oh, the sun is shining. What a day. Then I have my days when I just go, man, they are so inept. Sometimes I think they're so inept, they're not capable of doing some things. I'm on a motorcycle and the guy almost runs into he's like looking at his phone, looking down, and he almost runs into a car. And I'm like, listen, what are you doing that for? That can happen anywhere. But you know what? On a motorcycle with a Thai driver, that happens all too frequently, which has led me to believe that I need to stop taking motorcycles. In Thailand, I've already passed the age where it's where I could handle a crash. I couldn't handle the crash. I'd be in bad shape. So anyway, but the Philippines, for some people it'll work, for some people it won't. Ecuador, to me, the reason that I'm so high on Ecuador is because I trust what my buddy has to say who lives there. I trust some of the people that I've seen talking about Ecuador that live there or have lived there or have been there before. And so, it's the way it goes. It will be interesting if the government will continue to move the goalpost back on the 800,000. Yeah, it was 100,000 at one time. However, what they do is they grandfather people who, let's say you're in on 800,000, well then you're always in on 800,000. If you were in on 400,000, you're always in on 400,000. So they just grandfather you. They don't pull, a fast one and go, okay, well this year it's 400,000. Now next year you're going to need 1.2 million. They don't do that, or they haven't yet. Hopefully they won't. Yeah, retirement visa fee is too high. I don't think it is. How much do you want them to charge you? $5,000? I mean, really, what do you want them to charge you? See, it's not about what you want. There's a reason why they figure it out. They don't want people who are dirt poor and have no money and who are living in Khao San Road in a $5 a night shack. They don't want that. And can you blame them? So, I mean, I see both sides to an expat who wants to live here, but I also see both sides to what the Thais are saying. If I was a Thai, would I be trying to get the people with money, or would I be trying to get the backpackers to come? I'd want them all to come, but I don't want the backpackers to live here. Because if you know anything about Thailand, the way that the government works, and it's always worked, and I've said this before, is they want your money, but they don't want you. And the reason they don't want you, and if you want to see that, I wish Bruce was in the stream right now. Go to China. Listen, I've been to China, what was it, 2 times, 3 times? 2 or 3 times. And I remember the Chinese vehemently waving us off because they didn't want to deal with us trying to speak Chinese or trying to looking at Google Translate. They didn't want to deal with it. They didn't want to deal with us. They're like, why do I have to deal with you? You're a foreigner. I don't want to have to get you your ice and a bucket. And in Thailand they're very patient, and this is why tourist industries they have people that speak English, because generally, most of the time, because the people who are working in the tour agencies understand that if they're able to communicate, then maybe it'll be easier for them to get that money, which it's all about the money. And I wish I didn't have to say that, because I wasn't raised to think only about money, 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 money. But that's the way of the world now, and it definitely is the way of the Thais. Ever since I came here, I heard the people saying, if they had it their way, if the Thai government had it their way, and most Thai people don't really know about what foreigners go through to live here. If the government had it their way, you would fly over the country, drop your bags of money, and they'd wave goodbye. That's as succinct as I can put it. And while I don't want to say the average Thai doesn't want you here, I think they're fairly apathetic. If it means a big hit to their livelihood, then they want you here. The hotels, the international hotels, are smart enough to know they need foreigners. They need you here. But the government, think about how the government was during the pandemic. If their prime minister, the deputy prime minister, the health minister, who is trying to become the prime minister, is saying things like, it's a filthy foreigners brought in this virus, which is the most idiotic statement someone can say. Oh, it's all your fault. Blame it on everybody else. Don't blame it on Thai people. Don't blame it on just it's a virus and things happen. Now, this is the government. Think about somebody like me, who I'm not paying taxes into the Thai system now any longer. I can't become a citizen, even by marriage. Sorry, too bad. We're worried that you're going to marry some girl who you're going to pay her, and then you're going to marry her, and then you're going to be staying in our country, and it's all a farce. I mean, really, it's ridiculous. There's a limit. Now, I think personally, I think that Ireland is a bit difficult for Thai people, and I guess maybe they've had some problems in the past. I don't know. So, you know, that's something to consider. Now, on the other hand, Portugal, they've done away with their golden visa. No, Chucky didn't. Chucky had nothing. Chucky has very little to do. Chucky doesn't know shit. Chucky knows about his little gay cafes and his gay places, and that's all he knows about for the most part. He knows about his little area, his little bubble. I try to go outside my bubble. Sorry, Chucky, I don't think he's ever been here. There is another place across from here that, assuming I make a little money, I will go to this place. And it's a garden, and it's supposed to be very, very nice. This place is, like I said, it's upscale. This is not for your, you won't see many, you know, farmers coming in here in their patung and in their, you know, their little garb. They won't be coming in here. This place is a pretty upscale place, so. And, you know, I didn't expect it to be this way. And the reason, I'll tell you the reason, the reason I came here again today, because quite frankly, I shot most of the video that I needed yesterday. The only thing I shot today was upstairs. But yesterday, you know, I mean, by the time I got out of here, it cost me like 20 bucks, and all I had was 2 little coffees. You know, I mean, by the time I came here, went home, got a couple coffees, which I didn't want the second one, but I didn't want to sit here for 2-3 hours and only have, you know, nurse a little coffee like this. And today I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go over and get a siphon coffee, which I probably won't even drink much of it, because I want you guys to see the siphon in action. So this, I would say that, you know, if you're here with your girl, or, you know, you want to take her out for a nice breakfast, they got good food here. I've seen it. It's very nice. And so, you know, well, there's people begging on the streets here everywhere. I don't know what you're thinking, jet lag. Yeah, South America can be more dangerous than here in Asia. But if you think it's not dangerous here, you better think again. You open your mouth to the wrong person, you're going to have a problem. You open your mouth, you get aggressive, you're going to have a problem. You will. You need to know how to carry yourself here. And it's much different than in South America. You know, I grew up in South Florida, and I've been to Medellin, and I didn't really feel, there's an underlying tension there. I understand. And same with Nicaragua, same with Panama. To a lesser extent in Guyana. Hey Andy, how you doing? But I think all in all, you know, there is a certain feel to Southeast Asia that people like. Now, I really like it here. I do like Southeast Asia. However, I can tell you I am very prepared to get out of here and go to Europe. And one of the reasons is that I am very tired of, you know, oh, this is Thailand, this is how we do it. I'm very tired of their ineptness. I'm very tired of little things. Even now I still get, and this is not going to cause me to leave, but I'm very tired. I'll just give you an example, and, you know, 2/4 Asian knows what I'm talking about. But, you know, it's like you go to a coffee shop, it's supposed to be this great coffee shop. Now, they don't do it here. They haven't done it here. And they'll give you a big cup of coffee. And I'm like, no, I want an espresso. What was it I did the other day? You know, you call a bank, you want to talk to somebody at the bank, or you go into a bank and there's nobody there that speaks English, and you're like, listen, I speak Thai, but I don't want to speak Thai right now because we're talking about money. We're talking about something important. I don't want to have to speak fluent Thai all the time. I would like somebody to be able to speak English. Now, fortunately, in many places, like hospitals, they do have people who speak fairly, their English is quite good. And I was surprised the other day, I went into a restaurant, I've gotten a little bit tired of the food that I've been eating because, I've been on the keto and the carnivore and all this other stuff. I've grown a little bit tired, so I went into this restaurant, and I've gone there before. I was very surprised because the Thai girl walked up to me and she goes, "Oh, you don't have to speak Thai to me." I said, "Oh, well, you don't want me to speak Thai? You can speak English?" "Oh, yeah, I speak English very well." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I spoke English to her. Some of the banks have excellent customer service where they speak English, and not everywhere is that bad. This is Bangkok. Go live somewhere else. One of my big things, no matter where you are, simply out of respect, is to learn how to speak the language. I think it's very, very important. Now let me see here. Where is what I was looking for here? Okay, for Portugal, to live in Portugal, and I don't know if this is still current, but the minimum investment is 280,000 euro. Now, you don't have to spend much time in the country. 7 days for the first year, no less than 14 days each subsequent 2-year period. I thought they did away with the golden visa, but maybe it was in its current form or whatever, I don't know. But in Ecuador, let's see if I can find it here. I believe it's 45,000. Where's my papers? My notes. I do have notes. Okay, Ecuador. $45,000 in a CD or invested put into property, and you cannot. There is a lien on it for 4 years. You cannot take that money out if you want to keep your visa. If you want to take the money out, then you need to get a lien release, and they will release the lien, and then you can take your money out, but you won't have a visa anymore. However, $45,000 is not, when you think about it, that is not much money to be able to say, I'm working towards my citizenship. You can get a temporary residency, and then if you're there, I believe it's 21 days. You have to stay there for 90 days out of that 21 months rather, and you have to stay for 90 days out of that 25 months. And then you can apply to get your permanent residency. And so that's pretty easy. So yeah, that's easier than Thailand. Not only that, and I don't know if I'll ever move anywhere from here. I really don't know. But what I'll say is this. If you guys want to listen to me. If I was to move to a place simply on what I have heard, and if I go to the place and I see, oh wow, I really like it, it's pretty good for Americans, okay? It's a pretty good place because of, first of all, the attitude towards the government is far more welcoming than the Thai government. The Thai government, if you think about it, they're calling foreigners filthy foreigners, or the one guy was calling people filthy foreigners. And there have been other comments made in the government, and as I said, Thaksin Shinawatra was not a welcoming person when it comes to expats and foreigners. And really the underlying attitude towards foreigners here by the government is simply about, show me the money. I don't care. We don't care about you. Show me the money. And what do you get for your money? I don't think I'm going anywhere because I think both of the kids are home right now and they're going to be here for a few days. And so I don't think we're going to go anywhere. I know my wife is very tired. She's been exercising diligently. She's working out hard. I've been working out hard. Alex has been working out hard. He's been working. I don't see us going anywhere. We did think about it. However, I just don't think we're going to do it. We'll just stay home with the kids, hang out, watch movies, eat, have have a good time, be happy. But I would say that for certain governments, and I'm not, just trying to pump up Ecuador, and I'm not trying to do that in the least, really. I'm just stating what I believe to be the facts. And maybe to a lesser extent, Portugal and some places, other places, but people don't always consider, which is like Armenia, Albania, Romania, wherever it might be. The governments tend to be more welcoming. They have a more positive attitude towards foreigners. Not to say that Thailand is completely negative. They're not. I mean, let's just be real. At least not publicly. Some people are. And I think they are aware of just how important it is to have tourists and also, to a lesser extent, expats. But you think about what happened during the pandemic. They were asking expats, please travel inside of Thailand since you're here already. We need the money. And it's like, wait a minute. 1 minute you got a guy that's in the government blaming the pandemic on foreigners, and then you've got this attitude towards foreigners here, and then you're asking them to go and help you, which I was all for it. I didn't have a problem. I was like, listen, if it helps, the Thai on the street, I'm more than willing to do it, because let's face it, the vast majority of Thai people are very good people. They're nice people. They just want to go to work, do their thing, and that's it. They don't want anything else. They don't care. As long as you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. And sometimes, let's face it, foreigners can be quite rude, and the Thais still try to tolerate them and be decent to them. So, there's that. Now, I will say this about this place. Yesterday, there was about half the staff that there is right now. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. One thing I would say is that in Thailand, the financial system is quite developed. I'm not sure about Ecuador. I've heard some things that make me a little bit leery. Same goes with Cambodia. I'm not sure about Cambodia. I'm definitely not sure about the Philippines and how things are at the Philippines with the Philippine banks. It's been a while since I've been there. Been a while since I've been in Cambodia. Thank the pandemic for that and other travels that I've taken. There's only so many places I can go at once, and only so much time in the day, and only so much money to go around to travel. So, you got to remember that. Now, the Philippines, one thing about the Philippines is if you are while you can get permanent residency, if you really want to become a citizen, for somebody like an American, for somebody, let's say they're from Mexico or wherever they might be from, it is relatively difficult to get citizenship. So if citizenship is important to you, and I don't know how important it is to me, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be alive. If I was 45, 50, and I was really thinking about it back then, it would be a lot more important to me than it is now. However, residency is important to me. Thai sell on the sidewalk will smile and cuss you out in Thai if you touch the products and not buy. Some of them will, yeah. And I think, there is something to be said about the Thais being fairly jaded, especially in the tourism industries. Now, in the beginning even, I remember going to places where I just was walking by and I thought, oh, I wonder what this is. And I kind of look at it and I'm standing there kind of checking it out. And then I hear the Thai getting pissed off because I'm not buying something. And it's like, listen, I understand you want, you want the sale, you want money, but don't get mad at me. I'm not required to. It's not you look, you buy. It's you break, you buy. And if you want it, you buy. So if I don't want to buy it, don't get mad at me and don't cuss me out, because all that's going to do is drive me farther away Um, that was a great movie. And that was back in the day when Lumpini Stadium was fantastic. It was so good. One of the things that I would say everyone has to do here is, if you're a sports fan or a combat fan, a boxing fan, whatever it is to go see Muay Thai. Go check out some Muay Thai. However, I don't know how long ago it was when they changed from the current Lumpini Stadium, which is quite a ways out from the center of the city, to where it used to be, which was near Lumpini Park, was that the atmosphere in the stadium was absolutely fantastic. And it's changed. Thailand is changing, and that's the other thing. Now, I don't really care that it's changing, because it seems that a lot of things are changing for the better. However, again, I don't like the pollution. I've never liked the noise pollution. I don't like the air pollution. I don't like the traffic. So there are things I don't like. But who likes that in any city? That's not specific to Thailand. Although the pollution is a concern. However, the mentality of the government is something to think about and to consider, which is why if you have the money, I really believe you pick 3 places, you go on a trip, maybe you go for 2 weeks, maybe you go for a month, depending on, what your pocketbook allows. If possible, I used to say 6 months to a year, but all right, let's be realistic. You're going to 3 places. If you have a nice chunk of change, just go for a month to each place. Go for 2-3 months if you can. Or go for a month, and if you figure out within a month, you go, I don't really like this place. I don't think I can live here. Then you leave. Then go to the next place. You go to pick 3 places. And then you pick the one. And you give it a longer go, That's the thing about Thailand. When somebody's not here in Thailand, they want to be here. And I'm the same way. If I leave Thailand, when I come back, I'm so happy. I'm like, oh, yeah. But, there's a reason why. Because this is my home. It's been my home for many years. Now, for me to even consider leaving here, it means something. Now, we are, like I said in the beginning of the stream, we are considering getting my wife a green card and getting her a U.S. passport, getting her citizenship. The green card alone is a big help, but we're actually thinking about, you got to go step by step. You can get a green card from here. In Thailand, she can get a green card from here. She doesn't have to be in the United States until she actually, gets the green card in order to keep it and in order to become a citizen. I think she has that for somebody who's been married to another, an American, you have to be in the country for 5 years, and I don't know how many months you have to stay, or how many years. It might be 2.5 years. But if you are married to a person over 2 years, I think then you have to have your green card for 3 years and be in the country for 18 months. So what that means is, I'm not going to let her go to America by herself, and she's not going to go live there by herself. And, if we're going to do it, we'll probably do it as a family. And that means not living here. But I don't want to live in America. So for me, I can come and go, which is why Ecuador is actually a pretty good deal, because Ecuador, it's $250 from Miami to get to Ecuador round trip. So it's a pretty good deal. And I think it's important for her and for our family that at least she gets a green card. So we're going to work on that. And what that means is, bye-bye Thailand, at least for a few years, 1.5 years, 2 years. So that's something that we're discussing. And well, the same goes. That same would go with me because I'd be living in Florida. Oh, I want a siphon. Here we go. Hang on. Let's go check this out over here. This chick is making a. I don't know what this is. Well, Thailand has earthquakes and tsunamis, so what does it matter? Does it really matter? Seriously, does it really matter? Are you really that concerned that you're not going to move there? I mean, it's not like they have them over and over and over again, and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people die. So what are you worried about? I wouldn't worry about that. It's like somebody who goes, oh, Thailand has snakes. I don't want to move there. They got snakes and spiders. So does Australia. So does the entire continent of Africa. So does the entire, pretty much the entire continent of South America, you know? This place is filling up now. All right, so she's not making it, but there are people everywhere. There's lots and lots of people. I don't know what she's doing right now. She's, I don't know. It looks like she's putting more ice, more. I don't know how this thing works. Yeah, I mean, there's snakes in the toilet in Thailand, so you know. Now I'm anxious to see this particular siphon work. I mean, they all work the same way, but it'll be interesting to see it. Does America have earthquakes? You know, I mean, really, that's the way I think about it. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go over real well. I think this dude over to the right is the manager. I'm not going to show him right now because we're looking at this. Well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. The first thing my buddy said was that when my wife gets to the airport in Guayaquil, that when she walks out, she might not really like the place, but once she gets down to where his place is, she will probably really like the place. And she likes cooler places. She doesn't like the heat here in Thailand. She hates it. So, you know, there's a lot of positives, and, you know, we could always start, Malin's Thai restaurant in Ecuador. I don't know. We'll see. Anything can happen. But that's why we're going. That's one reason why we're going there. We're going there because my buddy has a beautiful place. I've said it before. He paid less than $3 million, less than $100,000 for the place. Built it, he had it built to spec. And it's a 1 minute walk, 2 minute walk to the beach from where his place is. So how can you beat that? And he owns the land. How can you beat that? You can't. All right, let's take a look at this. Fire it up, honey. I gotta see this. This is crazy. I'm already amped out of my skull right now because I had a bulletproof coffee in the morning, and now I just had this espresso. Well, there are ways around this, Daniel. And of course, that's one of the reasons why Thai food is more expensive. Ecuadorian coffee is quite good. It's excellent. And actually, the guy who sang the song Rico Suave, his name was Gerardo Mejia. I know his brother very well, Javier. And I know his brother as well. I've went out and partied with him in Hollywood before and in a couple of clubs. And what I can say is that he has a coffee business now in Ecuador, and his coffee is very highly regarded. And Ecuadorian coffee is quite good. It's known for being very good. A lot of cafes. Cafe business there is booming. And there are a lot of the smaller cities that are wide open for business, depending on what you want. Right now, there's still more staff than there is customers. But I was speaking to to one of the girls here earlier, and she said that on the weekends, this place is absolutely hammered with people. It's just pumping. The place is full because they open the top up. You know, the bar is, they get the bar going, and, you know, it's very, very busy. Patia Bob, what's happening? How you doing? Good morning, everybody. I keep waiting for this siphon thing to go off, but so far it hasn't happened. Lots of selfies being taken next to me. Not of me. The price for coffee here is quite expensive, actually. It's 140 baht for an espresso, 140 baht for a piccolo, 140 baht for a dirty coffee. You know, the sweets are like 180 baht. They look quite decadent. They look very good. I'm not going to have one because, you know, I'm trying to hold back on my desire for sweets, and I'm trying to eat healthy. And so far, it's done me quite well, served me well. I just checked the other day, and my body fat's gone down in a week. It went down 1.4%, which is quite a lot. So I'm feeling pretty good. I don't know what's going on with the siphon thing, but good morning, Patia Bob. I want to get a siphon coffee just for you guys, but I want to see them do this. If they do this, then it's anticlimactic to have me order a siphon coffee. It's still too high. I'm not going to get into that. It's almost 30%. But my muscularity is something like, it's above average. We'll say that. I don't have the paper in front of me. You get, you know, this thing prints everything out for you, and I've got it for a couple of times. But I have a workout video coming up. You'll see. I still got a little bit of a gut, but you know, it's going to take time to get rid of it. But other than that, I'm getting a lot more fit. My legs, my arms, my shoulders, everything, my chest, even my stomach. I'm starting to get, I got a 4-pack right now, no 6-pack. I don't know what's going on with the siphon. Let's see here. Which night of a... God. Gennaro, is that all you ever think of? I don't know how you ever get any work done. All you think about is coups. Oh, here we go. Look at this. There we go. Apparently, the management makes them wear gloves when they serve food because they want everybody to feel comfortable and that they're getting the cleanest food, and that their servers don't have absolutely any, they have no dirt under their fingers or anything like that. They want to make sure of that. So. I don't know what's going on with the siphon. Come on. All right, listen. I gotta pump this up again. Don't forget about the Cash App. Don't forget about going to an American in Bangkok Amazon.com and getting one or both of my books. Don't forget about getting a t-shirt. Use the code Songkran. Get a t-shirt, get a hat, get a mug, get more than one thing, and get 10% off. Use the code Songkran, Songkran, very easy to spell. Just go down in the description, click thumbs up, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And in the description, you'll find my Rumble account. I had to disconnect the Rumble and then reconnect it. I'm transferring all the videos from YouTube over there. Well, I don't know what they're doing over there with the siphon. If I have to, I'll place an order in a few minutes. Maybe this guy's gonna run it, I don't know. But anyway. I mean, this place is, there's a lot of people here now. There's starting to be more people. Well, if you want less clubby, come here quite early. I need a tissue, man. This place opens up at 7 o'clock in the morning. And I can tell you, because I've been here at 8 o'clock and I've been here at 8:30, that there's nobody here. It takes until about 10 o'clock before the place starts getting busy. So if you want to come here, you're on your way out, then, you want to go somewhere for the day and you're passing by here, okay, it's a great place to come. You bring your girl, you have a nice breakfast, you have some coffee, and then you get on out of here. Most people are not streaming from here like me. I'm streaming from here because I figured you guys would want to know about the place. And like I said, I will be putting a video up of this place. I don't know how it is as a bar, but I don't know why they're not doing the siphon, man. They just let the ice melt, or what's the deal with that? I don't know. Like I said, if I need to, I will get a coffee so you guys can see the siphon in action. Also, I don't like the loud music. It'd be a one and done for me. Nice place, though. Maybe I check it out on a weekend. And honestly, I can tell you that unless I bring my wife here or one of my kids, I probably will not come back. And the reason is because it's too expensive. I don't want to spend the money that I have to spend every time I come here. It's expensive. And it costs me a bit to come here as well. It's not I don't have to be in a cheap place. It doesn't have to be Cafe Amazon, which is so funny that the Cafe Amazon near my house, they shut down for the next 4 or 5 days. This place is over by the Crystal Design Center. I didn't put that up, actually. I should have done that. For some reason, I don't know why I didn't get the address. Okay, here she goes. She's going to start up on this, and I will get on the... It is 108 Khlong Lam Chiak Road, Khwaeng, Nawamin. It's off Nawamin Road. Bueng. And I will put the address down below in the... Can I do it right now? Probably can. I'll put the address down below. Everything is down below in the description. It's Davin Coffee and Cafe. And let's see. Okay, so now I have put the address and the hours and their Facebook page and their Instagram. I put all of that into the description. What happened to now? She's she put the top on the thing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a lengthy process. I don't know. I really don't need another coffee if I don't want to spend the money on a coffee for a siphon coffee, because first of all, I don't drink straight coffee most of the time. I just drink a little espresso. But if she's going to do the siphon, I think it's better we just watch her. No, the name of this place is Davin Coffee and Cafe. And what's so funny is that I saw a write-up on this place on the internet, and it was, oh, look at the Romanian pillars. I think they meant Roman pillars. But I think a Thai person wrote it, so they put Romanian. Which, what they didn't know is that there's a difference between Roman pillars and Romanian pillars. So I thought that was kind of funny. Everything is right there. You can check it out. There's this place is known. Like I said, there's another place quite close to here that I want to go to. And then I will go to in the future. I don't know when. I don't want to say when, because if I say in the next week and I don't do it, then, somebody's going to be irritated. But I've been going to a lot more cafes lately because, oh, thank you very much there, Mr. Daniel. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Choke D to you and to yours. Let me see something here. So getting back to the whole visa thing, I hate to say this because this is the God's honest truth. It's all about the money. It's all about the duckies, the dollars, the bucks. If you got money, it's a piece of cake to come here. I mean, really, think about it. If you're in, what do they say on that guy's channel? If you're a 7 and 8 figure entrepreneur or 7 and 8 figure person, you're worth 7 or 8 figures, 9 figures. Let's face it. If you're worth $50 million, paying $279,000 to get permanent residency here and then to work towards citizenship is very, very little. So, every place is changing. That's the thing. It's always fluid. Right now, Thailand is the way that it is. It might get easier. I doubt it, because they have increased their status, so to speak, in the world. They're trying to become a higher income destination. And I like this view better, just because there's more people for you guys to watch. I don't know what's going on with the, I'm gonna wait till the last minute, and if they don't do the siphon coffee, then I'll go ahead and get one. But there are numerous elite visas available for people. And for somebody like you, Janar, that might be a good thing. I don't remember how old you are. However, if you want to get a 20-year visa, that means you can stay in the country for 20 years. You got to come up with 2 million baht. You come up with 2 million baht, plus you got to pay 20,000 baht a year. But you stay for 20 years. You don't have to worry about it for 20 years. And there are some benefits to having it. You renew every 5 years. You get airport service, airport lounge. You get to play. For some people, they really like the whole golf scene. You get to play golf 24 times a year. You get to use their spa 24 times a year. Well, 30,000 baht. No. 30,000. You mean $30,000? 30,000 baht for 20 years. That's never been that. I think you spoke incorrectly. 10 years is 1 million baht. 5 years is 600,000. It used to be 500. There is no annual fee. See, for somebody like me, if I was to get a 10-year visa, well, if I was to get an elite visa, why would I get a 20-year visa? I'm 60 years old. Do I know if I'm going to make it to 80? No. So why would I pay that extra million baht? I could get a 10-year visa. It cost me a million baht. And, you know, if I die at 70, well, then I'm covered. Or 69. And if I want another 10 years, I just get another 10 years. And if they don't have it available, then, you know, it's time to get on out of here. Whatever. So if you're older, for somebody like Gennaro, who I believe is a little bit younger than me, 20 years might be in the, he just pays 20 years. You can stay here as long as you want. 15K visa. Actually, it's 60,000. So yeah, it's around 50. That's 5 years. And I know a couple of people who have done that. And they're very happy with it. But, you know, a couple of them, you know, they have other things going on. They're earning money either by working or either passively. So they're not worried about it. What is this here? Yes, it was, but not outright. You get the 5-year of an upgrade to 20-year and not have to pay the original 20-year price. Yeah. Better for your heart not to have that extra caffeine. Can they pour decaffeinated? What's the point of having coffee if you're not going to have caffeinated coffee? You know, I mean, really. For me, I'll take the hit. I may go train today. I told myself yesterday I was going to give myself a rest because I'm exhausted, honestly, because I've been working out very hard, and you know, I'm starting to eat a little bit more because I'm working out, and when you start working out, you're expending more energy. You need more energy, and energy comes from your food. So I'm eating a bit more, and I've just got this desire for like steak and cheeseburgers and just red meat. Here we go. Wave, honey, you're on candid camera. All right, she's setting it all up. The guy in the back there, I believe he's like the manager or the owner or something. I don't know. Maybe he's the manager. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to sit and talk with any of them. I only really talked to two girls, but one I talked to for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes today. She was very nice, very helpful. Didn't speak a word of English. I wouldn't say that this is the place to come if you're a foreigner who doesn't speak a word. I'm sure they would understand you, but this is predominantly a Thai place. I didn't show you the powder room, and I don't believe I will be. So, you know. I'm on a retirement visa, but I've been on a business visa, I've been on a media visa, I've been on a marriage visa, I've been on a long-term tourist visa, you know, when they did give it for 1 year. I've been on just about every visa that you can get, and the majority of the time it's more of a headache than anything else. It's like anything else. It's when you have to fill out a whole bunch of papers and you can't make mistakes. And what I will say is that this Irish embassy thing with my wife illustrates what I'm talking about. It's not that it's really all that difficult. It's tedious. You make a mistake, you got to go back to the beginning. And they're really okay. Now looks like she's getting set up here. You make a mistake, you got to go back to the beginning. We don't have all that much time because Irish visas can take up to 2 months. And that's quite a long time. Now, I don't think it's going to take that long. I mean, in Spain, they said it took 6 to 8 weeks. She had it in like 3 or 4 days. But I believe that's because she's got her act together. And she's very, very meticulous about her paperwork. And she always has me help and double check. And, you know, if she has any questions, I always try to figure things out for her. But, you know, the best thing to do is to, from as I understand it, whether it be wherever the visa is that you're going to do, you're trying to obtain, is to make sure that you have all the paperwork and even more. They may not need it, but if you show things, you know, for instance, if they say medical and health insurance is important, however not required, then get the medical insurance. A lot of them have their masks off. Some of them have the mask on. You can see over here, one of the guys doesn't have his mask on. There's a couple of girls over here who don't have their mask on. Well, there's one girl sitting there. She has a mask on, one of the customers. There must not be a big hurry for this coffee. I don't know what the deal is. She's just setting it up in case people come in and want it. Already amped out of my skull. But I will say this, that their coffee is very good, and it is as good or better than Sarni's. Now, the 90-day report is not a problem for me. I never have a problem with it, ever. It's 2 seconds and it's done. So, but I will say that that's another thing that, to me, I'm like, wait a minute, why is it that they make you get a visa? You're supposed to fill out the, what is it, the TM30? Is that what it is? TM6? The TM30, I think. Technically, you're supposed to still fill that out. You're supposed to still have that done. And yet they still want to know where you are. It's like, I don't know. This is the thing about the government here. You got to understand, they have that big brother, big papa mentality. We are your father, you listen to us, which is why many Thais are still wearing their masks. They're not wearing their masks because they're deathly afraid of COVID. Maybe some of them are wearing their masks because of the pollution. However, as I see it, a lot of them are still wearing it because they just want to be extra safe, because the government says, maybe if you're around people, you need to wear a mask. You know. Well, yeah, I mean, but I think that the government here engages in a lot of overkill, just my opinion. For instance, with the alcohol. I mean, to me, that's the dumbest thing. People who want to drink are going to find a way to drink. Oh, well, it makes it much more difficult for... No, it doesn't. It doesn't make it difficult. They go 5 minutes before 2 o'clock and they buy their booze. That's what they do. Or they drink grain alcohol, or they mix their own, they make their own, whatever it might be. So, you know, I just think, I don't think that it's any surprise that my mentality is, I want less people, less government, less intrusivity, less fingers in the pie. I want to see less government, not more. And the Thai government tends to be more government. So I may have to get us, I don't know, I want to see when this girl comes out. I don't know where she is. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Today we are in Vegas. Less than 1% wear masks. Yeah? I haven't worn a mask. I have not put a mask on since the day they said no masks are no longer mandatory. I have not worn a mask, and if a place tells me I need to wear a mask to get in, unless it is absolutely imperative that I be in the place. If they were to tell me, sir, you need to wear a mask here in this place, I'd say, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. You know. They'll give you a siphon coffee here. It costs you around $6.65, something like that. You can pay an agent. You can do all kinds of things. That's the thing. And this is something else to remember. It doesn't matter if it's Thailand. It doesn't matter if it's Ecuador. It doesn't. Well, in Ecuador and Vietnam, basically, you always use an agent. It's 100 baht, Gennaro. You hear from people that may know, but they may not know. Maybe they're using the, like to have a cup after the gym. I always have after long walks. Go figure. Just mail it in. You can mail it in. You can do it online if the online site is working. You can use an agent. Some agents don't charge anything. Some agents charge 100 baht. Some charge 500. Apparently, some charge 400. Just depends. But anywhere that they are willing to deal with you and willing to have you as an expat, almost anywhere, you can just pay somebody, pay an agent, and you're good. The mail service is quite good here. I've only had one thing not get to me, and that was a debit card or something a long time ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And that's the only thing in 30 years that hasn't got to somebody, that hasn't got to me, and then I've sent stuff, and the stuff has always got to other people. Prices are rising, though, and they're nothing like they are in the United States. However, prices are rising. That's what I'll say. It's no longer dirt cheap like it used to be. It used to be like, holy cow, how cheap is it? Now, if you're sending inside of Thailand, it's very, very cheap. Some celery to the pineapple juice and dessert. I don't know if this chick is waiting for the water to become hot. I don't know, but she still hasn't come out. Yeah, I know about it. I mean, I'm getting older, but things still work. It's a pretty good little vibe here. I like the place. I don't particularly like the prices, though. Do you ever struggle with existential angst? The finitude of life is really starting to get to me. No, I don't. I always wonder why people are the way they are, why some people are straight up, let me put it in a nice way, dirtbags, scumbags, pieces of beetle dung, why people are the way they are, why they do things that they do, why people have no sympathy, no empathy. Yeah, I wonder about that stuff, but like, when it comes to the reality, I already know, life is the way it is, and you're one person, and it doesn't matter how powerful you are nothing. You really are nothing in the big picture. How many people in America now? I guarantee you, I'm going to say 70% of people in America, 70% of people under 30 probably don't even know who George Washington is, or they may not even know who Abraham Lincoln is. Now, that's not to say that they're completely stupid, but look at how people are now. Oh, I want to be on Instagram. I didn't never really set out to become a YouTuber. I just kind of fell into it, and now it's kind of a hobby, kind of a, you know. My buddy told me the other day, you'll probably be doing YouTube when you're 75. And I go, maybe, I don't know. You know, you never know. Gennaro, why do you always retract your messages? I never have gotten that. Milk taro with boba, $7.50. Vegas. This is the other thing. You think that Thailand is so cheap, and I guarantee you that if you go out to enough places, I'm not saying come into places like this. This place is, you know, it's going to cost you no matter what. But you go to some place, coffee, whatever it might be, a meal, it's going to cost you exactly what it cost you back in the States, if not more. You go to certain places and you're like, holy shit, man, it's 40 bucks. Why, it's 40 bucks for this. Why is it 40 bucks? In the States, it's 30. Get yourself an avocado in Thailand. I've been talking to my wife about this. This chick's still not here. I don't know what the deal is. So we're in an hour and a half. If by 2 hours she hasn't made it, I'll get myself a coffee. Because by then I'll come down from the caffeine a little bit. I'm like, we get a bag of avocados, Thai avocados. They're 89 baht. You get like 4 avocados. And they're big. Problem is, they almost never ripen. They're not tasty. They have no flavor. You get an avocado from New Zealand, from Australia, from some Peru. They're 89, 99 baht. That's like $3. It's almost $3 for a single avocado that is no bigger than my fist, smaller than my fist. You're talking about maybe 4 bites. And it tastes good. But you get a Thai avocado, I told my wife, I go, why do you keep buying these? Buy less avocados and just buy the good ones, which is what I do. I haven't bought an avocado in a while. Yeah, I mean, you know, America is what it is. And I don't live there. And even if I lived there for my wife for a year and a half, I'm just not going to care that much. I refuse to let myself care. I don't care about politics. I don't care about what's going on. I care, you know, hey, people are safe, healthy. I care about what I can control, which is really not much. Because at the end of the day, you're spinning your wheels, you know. There you go, Gennaro. Plenty of barista in this place. However, barista on the siphon thing is I don't know where they are. Hey, thanks a lot, Zach. Zach, who has he shares my last name. Thank you, and Choke D, man. I don't care about the politics anymore. I really don't. I don't care about, you know, I can't even say the G word. You know, sexuality, we'll say. I don't care about it. I really just could not care less. Because, you know, I mean, think about it. You guys see me when I'm online. Oh, I just heard something the other day and I thought, well, I concur with this 100%. Maybe politicians get into politics for the same, for good reasons. They get into politics because they want to help, they want to do this, they want to do that. They want to make a positive change. But let's face it, the vast majority, and I'm saying like 99% of politicians, and the other 1% at some point or at one point or another, they are the same, exactly the same. They are nothing but a bunch of corrupt pieces of shit who operate in order to continue to stay in power, to stay in the government. They don't want to lose their grip. They don't want to no longer be a senator, a congressperson, or whatever it may be. When it comes to politics, I don't care. I'm done. If it affects me that much, listen, if things change here, there's only another couple days until the elections here. If things were to change drastically, I would say to my wife, honey, it's time for us to get out of here. We need to get out immediately. We need to bail. Let's boogie. And she would be all for it. And the kids, they will come along with us for now, Term limits, yes. However, when it comes to a place like this, eventually what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to find any place to go. You're going to be under the government's thumb, and I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime, but you never know. And that's why I do like the idea that we have to try to get out of the matrix or get out of the bubble. We need to live on the bubble, outside the bubble. We need to be able to figure things out to where we are not under the thumb of the government. And I saw something about a digital dollar in the United States, and I don't know what everything that is involved with that. But it just seems to me that the government is not only in the United States and here and many other places, but damn near everywhere, governments, they always want to have their fingers in the pie. They want to control what's going on. They want to control how that pie is made, how it's put together. And most people are just too busy surviving to be able to do anything at all. So I don't know what the answer is. I'm not the answer man. I just talk about everything. If I had all the answers, then maybe I would be, I'd be in charge of the entire world. Who wants that job? I wouldn't want to be in charge of a city, much less the world. So I'm just going to venture a guess, but unless you are I don't even think then, but I think I was going to say, if you're some foreigner coming here and you expect to hook up with some chicks here, I don't think it's gonna happen easily. You're gonna have to be a very good looking guy, and I'm definitely not that. You're gonna have to have a fair chunk of change, and you're gonna have to know the Thai culture a bit, and let's just face facts. There was a girl that told me something a long time ago. She was working at this restaurant, and I was hitting her up. This is a long time ago. I was hitting her up, and she goes, listen, you and me are different. You don't want a girl like me. And I said, what does that mean? You're a nice girl. You're not selling your ass. She said, yes, but we come from completely different worlds, and I think it's just too hard for us to get together. And what she meant was that she was a little farm girl who basically couldn't speak a word of English, who was very cute, but she had relegated herself to living with a Thai, marrying a Thai, making her family happy, and not getting involved with a foreigner. And I don't necessarily mean that it was specific to me. Oh, you're not handsome enough, you don't have enough money, or anything like that. It was basically, she had an idea in her mind. She did not want to disappoint her parents. She wanted to be with a Thai person. She wanted to do things a certain way, and a lot of them, they don't even want to broach the subject of getting involved with a foreigner. And I think that, I could be wrong, but I think that a fair number of the girls here, they probably feel the same way. And the reason that I say that is because they are This is a Thai place. Hey, thanks, Michael. Java, Java, Java. Well, guess what? Our friendly barista is back. I don't know. I may ask her when's she gonna make the siphon coffee. Choke D, Michael. Choke D to everybody. There you go. Cultural gap is too wide for a meaningful relationship. I would say the one thing that saved me with my wife is that when I met her, she spoke some English. It was nowhere near as good as it is now. I mean, when we talk, we speak in English. 99.9% of the time, we speak in English. But she spoke English then, and I spoke Thai. So we had the ability to communicate with each other, and I think she had seen a lot of things in her village that she didn't like, and she wanted to get away from. And that's what she's told me. And I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything, and I don't know everything about women, what motivates them. Sometimes the only thing that motivates certain women is money. Some things, sometimes something else motivates them. When is she going to get on this site? Come on, honey, get on this siphon. She's not wearing her mask right now, so. Well, that's why you got to learn to speak Tagalog. If not for any other reason, to know when they choose to speak Tagalog that you understand what they're saying. I really think that it's extremely important. And, I understand there is an element of laziness. There's always that element of laziness. Do you really want to take the time to learn a language? How integrated do you want to be in the society? It'd be much easier to do what Gennaro's done, which is he just hooks up with Thai chicks in the United States who speak English. I don't know what in the world. I don't know how this thing works. I was like looking for this grand execution of coffee making. So, it's starting to look like I may need to walk over and sit in front of the siphon maker, but I think they'll use, I don't know if they made their coffee extremely strong, or I made my coffee extremely strong this morning. But I can tell you, I'm still amped out of my head when it comes to the caffeine. What is this? I've noticed people overseas might understand English. I was speaking to them, but they don't understand our humor. Well, I've always said this. I don't find Filipino humor humorous. Thai humor, in my opinion, is a little better, but it is quite slapsticky, with that kind of like the sound effects and all that kind of stuff. It's very difficult for me to sit through a Thai movie or a Thai show. However, I will say this. I did watch a movie the other day. The name of the movie was Hunger, and it is on Netflix. There are subtitles, and the girl in the movie, the star of the movie, who is the girl who wants to move herself up as a chef. She wants to go from a little fry cook in a shop house to being a world-class chef. She is a model, and you wouldn't really know it from looking at her in the show, which is good, but it's a pretty good show. So now, something else to think about. If you really truly want to live in this place, you will. It's that simple. You'll do just about anything. And the bottom line is, it's preparation. It's about preparation. While I didn't prepare like Jono did, where I didn't sit down and go through every little thing with a fine-tooth comb and figure out you know, what I need to do. For me, it was very easy because things were easier back then. But I did prepare by taking numerous trips. Trip after trip after trip. And then I really learned about this place, and that prepared me, you know, so. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Gennaro, yet another barista for you. Many barista. They're not pulling out the siphon. I don't see them making a siphon, so I'm gonna have to go over and do a little something on the siphon when it comes to the siphon, because I kind of want to see it, and I think you guys would like to see it. So we're gonna go over there in a moment. Well, I suspect that none of these girls are making 25,000 baht a month. They're probably paying a minimum wage. Maybe some of them get a little bit more. Girls that are cashiers tend to make a little bit more. Obviously, the managers or assistant managers or, you know, the head of the line or whatever, they're probably making more money. But they're not making a huge amount. And, you know, remember that this place is not only a cafe, and they're charging top dollar for their espressos and all of their food and everything else. They are charging a premium. This is a premium establishment. And if you think about how much the bar is making, the bar alone probably keeps this place alive, and they probably still make some money from the coffee, because in the 2 days that I've been here, now today's not as busy as yesterday, but there's been a smattering of people here. And so it is fairly busy, and they open from 7, they don't close until 10 o'clock at night. So what does that tell you? All right, I gotta do something here. I know who she is. Oy. I do know who she is. There we go. All right, let me see something real quick. I gotta let this charge a little bit. Now, maybe this guy is getting a siphon coffee. I don't know. We'll figure it out in a minute. Oh, bless her heart. Gennaro, I'm gonna say this. If she said to you, Gennaro, you need to make sure that if we get married, you have to give me 3 million baht. And every month I want an allowance of 100,000 baht. Would you do it? Remember that she's going to get old. She's going to droop a little bit, at least. And she's like every other chick. I think you need to remember that. You know, really. At the end of the day, they all bitch and moan. Some bitch and moan more than others, less than others. And it always, you know, it's a commitment. And then, Gennaro, I want babies. And guess what? You got to put those babies through school. You got to put them through college. When you start thinking about it that way, you got to remember that sometimes the juice is not always worth the squeeze. What if she says, hey, my business is booming, Gennaro. I don't have time to have sex with you every day. I don't have time to have sex with you more than once or twice a week. Now, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, well, okay, I'm so lucky I get to be with her once or twice a week. Or you're gonna be like, listen, I'm a young, thriving, virile man. and she's a sexy woman, what are you gonna do? You still want her? You still want her that bad? Men age like wine, women age like milk. Thank you very much. Dangerous to be wealthy and famous suddenly in Thailand. What I would say, she wouldn't have to work anymore. So you would fork over all the money. If she said, I want 200,000 baht a month just to be able to, just for my allowance, you would do that? Because she's not gonna be one of these girls who goes, oh, just give me 20,000 baht a month and everything's gonna be grand. You know, you got your money in the stock market, you lose, for some reason the stock market crashes, and then you're out of money. She's gonna be like, I'll stay with you. Once or twice a week is good for most married men. Okay. She ain't stupid though. Just remember something. Chicks who are hot, most of the time, if they were stupid in the beginning, they don't end up stupid for a long time because they learn. They learn their value. They learn their social value. They learn all of this stuff. Nobody wants to sit near me. I'm sitting on the rack here where they have all the electrical, so you can plug into everything. And oh, here she goes on the other one. There you go. I like 2/4 Asian perspective because his is very real. His is pragmatic, you know. And Gennaro, she may be the most wonderful girl, but you know, eventually, you know, things level out. You got a life to live. Oh, okay, so no, this is not I don't know what I was thinking. She's just grinding up the coffee here. Money's always involved. Unfortunately, hate to break it to any of you guys or all of you guys, but money is always involved when you're in a relationship. Always. You know, one point or another, you're going to have to fork over for something. And believe me, there have been times when I got to fork over some money and I don't like it. I don't have it. I don't want to fork it over. I don't like it. But you know what? It's a responsibility. So you have to. What are you going to do? You know. All right. She's making the, what is that called? The drip kind of thing or whatever. Well, that's a bonus. That is a bonus. Well, I don't know. Maybe you've socked enough in your retirement that you can afford it. Okay, good on you. I don't know, you know. Because if you want the primo woman, it's going to come with a price tag. You know, it always does. And you know, your chicks, say what you will, you're still not with them. You're not with them anymore. That's all I'm saying. Be careful, you know. And, you know, this is another thing. People think, oh my God, you want a primo Thai girl for a lower price? You get yourself a little farm girl. You know, and once she starts to learn, if you ever give her access to knowing exactly how much you're worth or how much you have, and you're not giving her that much, and she's going to be like, wait a minute, I know how, you got all this money, why am I not getting more of it? Depends on what kind of girl she is. But if you want a primo-looking Thai chick and you don't want to pay all that much, go to the farm, you know? Because if you're going to be in the city, well, yeah, I know you know. You just don't live here, that's all. You know a lot about Thailand and Thai chicks and all that. You know, I'm just, my 2 words, be careful. Don't take them to Western countries. She will think she's worth way more. Now, what I will say, chick's been holding our pockets hostage. The hotter she is, the more it costs most men. What I will say is, if I was to have gotten married, and let's say I've been with my wife for a year or two, I don't know that I would want to take her like when she was young and we hadn't had kids yet. I don't know that I'd want to take her to the States straight away. Now she's older, we've been married a long time, we got kids together. Okay, I can understand it. But like, would I do it like, oh, I just met her 3 months ago, I'm taking her back to the States because that's where we're gonna live. Okay, it could work. I'm not saying it won't work. Oh, that's the pour over type is what it is. Hey, random commenter. My father said, yeah, exactly. Be careful. Oh, what is this? Put a little, what is that, a little coffee pod or something? I don't know. I don't know if you can see it in front of this guy to the left. There's a little gold, oh, okay. He put a little golden pod. I don't know exactly how this is gonna work. Can you guys see it there? Maybe this is a better angle. Under the pour over cup there is a little, like, to me it looks like a little golden ball. Like a little baby ball. A single baby ball that's golden. I don't know what it is, I don't know what that is. I don't know how that works. I've never seen this before. Obviously I've seen the pour over cup, but never the little golden ball. Or maybe I've seen it and I just don't recognize it. So this is well, a good way of losing all that money, hooking up to the wrong chick. Now, a smart man, and Gennaro, I'm going to assume you are fairly intelligent. A smart man will not let that happen. He will remain in control and be the man. Oh, there we go. Okay, he's putting the coffee in. Okay. Very nice, very nice. And she's doing her thing too. They're both doing it at the same time. They're at different stages. This is my narrative here. Would never bring her back to the States. Well, like I said, I think if you're an older guy and she's an older woman, I think things are a little bit different. And if they weren't, well, then what are you gonna do, She wants to stay, she'll stay. She don't want to stay, she don't want to stay. I mean, Okay, so he's doing the pour over. Let's see how she does it. She's doing her little pour over. I'm gonna have to go and get a siphon. We'll do that in a moment. Well, let's get through this and then we'll do the siphon thing. I don't know what the purpose of the little ball is. What is this? Gennaro don't care. He want to play the game. He don't care. She no get all money. He not want serious too much. Oh, there you go. I respect guys who can get older and they just want to, they just want to have their fun and they're not about to, look at Jono. Jono got he got his share of tail when he was younger, and he's still, I'm sure there's the occasional woman around him whenever he so desires. But he's certainly not about to like let a woman into his life and go, okay, come on now, honey, we gotta pay these bills, and I've got my car payment, and I've got this, and I've got. He's not about to let her in, any girl, into that kind of a situation, and I don't think Gennaro would either. But it's all relative. If Gennaro's sitting on $5 million, what is him paying her? Paying her car payment every month? It's 25,000 baht, and and taking her out to decent places. He gets to go to the decent places too. He's got a nice looking girl on his side, and for what? What amounts to a small percentage, So that's good. I got to think about where am I going to sit here to get this siphon coffee, because there's the siphon right there. All right, to me, this pour over is no big deal. For the life of me, I don't know why she poured all that water in there. Does it drip down and then make cold brew coffee? Does anybody know more about this than I do? Because I don't know anything about it. Why is she just letting that water sit there? Good thing I didn't. Yeah, I think if you want a Thai chick, you come to Thailand. You want a Russian girl, you go to Russia. And you keep them there, at least for long enough to let them, to let the cards fall where they may. All right, so they're pouring it in the little jug there, I see. I could ask this chick right here if I want to siphon. Give me a minute. Let's see here. I want to let these people finish up what they're doing, and then we'll do a little siphon thing. It's not that big of a deal. You guys have seen it before, but it's always nice to see it. It's a show. What coffee beans they serve? Kenya, Kona, Jamaican, Blue Mountain. They pour gourmet methods. Too bad Putin ruined Ukraine. Would have been nice to visit. I'll tell you a good place to go, as I understand it, is Latvia. I heard that that place is full of beautiful women. Very down-to-earth, beautiful women. That's what I've heard. Now, I'm going to see something here. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Let us see. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, I think it's time for the siphon, don't you? Jamaican Blue Mountain. I've seen it here. One place where I saw it sold all over the place, but I didn't want to buy it because I thought it was fake, is in Vietnam. In the markets in Vietnam, they have all kinds of different coffees that are supposed to be, the best. And one of them was Jamaican Blue Mountain. And I was like, no. Cannot. Let's see here. I don't want to intrude on these people here over and their little so they got lots of foo-foo drinks. If you want that kind of a foo-foo coffee, over there you can see it barely. Now you can't see it anymore. There you go. If you're gonna have coffee, I recommend you stick with the good stuff. I've had some really awesome coffee in my lifetime, and I've had some absolute dirt. And I will tell you that at this juncture in my life, I only want good coffee. I am pretty much done with drinking They're just absolute garbage. There you go. That's my point. Too much fake shit. Oops, did I swear? Sorry. Who do I ask for the, where's this girl at? Now, one thing that I haven't particularly liked here is that every time I ordered something, they make me pay on the spot. And today I asked the girl, I go, listen, because I knew I'd be streaming, I said, is it possible for me to pay when I leave? And she said, yes, it's okay. So it's good. They can only produce so much in that one area, and I believe they keep most of it in country. Yeah, it can get very expensive. And when I went to Colombia, I brought back a couple of kilos of coffee from my parents. They asked me for some specific coffee. It's been quite a few years since I went there now. It's been probably a dozen years, 15 years since I went there. But I brought back a bunch of coffee, and man, you get it sealed, and then they still check you and recheck you and recheck you and recheck you. So I'm gonna wait to see this one girl that was helping me, and then I'll ask her for the siphon, and when they start to do it, then I'll walk over there and check it out. Oh, look at this over here. We got the guy, oh, I just kind of missed it. He just made a very nice chocolatey drink like they serve in Sarni's. Sarni's is really about the only place that reminds me of this place. This place is a selfie magnet, this coffee shop, so I think I'm just gonna go sit down somewhere and say, give me the siphon, baby. I'm not that stupid or ambitious. I don't have that drive. It'd be nice to get the money, but it wouldn't be nice to be in prison. Although they're in prison, if you're in prison there, you got a little bit of money, you can develop a very strong habit in the clink with that stuff. They're all very busy here, and there's not that many people really, but let's see what the deal is here. No. Well, cafe na. Ben menu. Okay, give me the menu, please. Gennaro, the barista are not on the menu. At least not for you right now. All right, let me see this here. What do I want? I want the, where is it? The siphon. There's a siphon? Ah, siphon. Oh, many blends. Sumatra, plus 110, plus 160. Holy moly. Colombian, 380 baht. Nepal, Mount Everest. Brazil, Laotian, Thai, Colombia. Any recommendations? I like the Nepal. That's 300 baht. Jesus Christ. Brazil, New York, Sumatra, Brazil, Yemen.คุณรู้ไหมกับอันนี้ก็อันไหนอร่อยที่สุดรู้ไหม
ถ้าเป็นนาวินนั้นไหมจะเป็นเข้มข้นกลมกล่อม
อันนี้อ่ะ
ใช่
Okay, let's go with that one. ผมใช้ใจเวลาออกนะไม่ได้ใจเดียวนี้รอ
รายการเดียวนะคะ
ครับ My favorite is Dunhill. Hard to find now. Shipped a few boxes to Iraq back then. Costly but good. I see. ผมใช้ใจเวลาออก
มีเดียวใช่ไหม
ออกก็จ่ายเพราะว่าตอนนี้ก็ไม่ได้โอนไม่ได้นะต้องรอก็ปิดก็โอนได้ Alright, so she's gonna make me this, she's gonna get me this coffee here and then we'll take it from there. Let's see here. Opus X Arturo Fuentes. All right, so let's see what they do. I'm gonna get some more water too. I just like a good cappuccino, a dirty. Well, I'm gonna be absolutely flying by the time I leave here. So I guess this is the guy over here who is to the left who's making everything. I don't know, I can't, you know. Well, they had a lot of good options here, but I don't know if you saw, but you know how easy it was to see it. But like some of those, it was like it starts at 220 baht, and then you add 120, 110, 80, whatever it might be. So you're talking about almost $10 for a coffee, which, yes, Sarni's has a siphon coffee. $10 for a coffee. I don't really want the coffee that bad, but you know. I'm not here very often, so I figure, you know, why not? Let's see how this goes down. All right. So it looks like this chick is going to be the one who makes the coffee. Over here, this girl, right here. Can I watch? Let's see. We did the siphoning at Starbucks. Yes, we did. They have many imported blends, yes. All right, so I'm gonna have to go over and see this, or what am I gonna do? Let's see here. I think the guy is making it. The dude is making it here. So let's check it out. Somebody got it here. That's what he got. so you guys can watch this process. I don't know how they came up with it. I should study the history of the siphon coffee. Okay, there's the filter. They're not using the one that heats up by induction. Yeah, really. If I had a coffee shop, honestly, if I had a coffee shop, I would never hire a dude. And I wouldn't care if the women liked it or not. Oh, it is the induction one. Okay. So that's good. I'll be able to drink like 2 sips of this and that's it. There is a place down in Chinatown that I've been meaning to go to. It is also a bar and coffee shop. And I only know about the place because I saw this chick on Netflix in a show. I'm gonna tell the girl to give me some water. A little more water. Anyway, she was on Netflix and she was all tatted up, but she was a very cool chick. She looked like very interesting the way she dealt with everybody. It was pretty funny. And I've always wanted to go there. I just haven't had a chance to go there. I haven't been there at the right time and all that when they were open. So, but eventually, unless I move and then, who knows. Oh, it smells like coffee big time. Imagine that. So all these are full of coffee beans. Here we go. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So the machine that he used to grind it up also tamps it to, I guess when you do that, you move the coffee around it. I'm not sure if it gets the oils out or whatever it was. No, it was not a plastic cup. It was a light metal cup. So like 4 chicks just walked by and they're all like looking at this siphon. Oh wow, look how they make the coffee. Okay, so check it out. Smelled good, but then, you know, coffee smells good. That's why I need to take like a barista course. I want to take like a barista course one day before I open my coffee shop in Ecuador. I want to take the course. Bo wants to take a cooking course. She'll be the chef, I'll be the barista. Oh, I know, man. I'll stick it in the microwave. Hang on, I want to get some water, man. Okay. See this thing go. Just like in Vietnam. At the Vietnam Starbucks, at the Starbucks at Icon Siam, Starbucks Reserve, Davin Reserve, Colombian Peachy, Colombian Santa Lucia Peachy Coffee. Sounds good. I don't know when they're gonna use this one. Zoom in closer, I can only move in closer.เมื่อไหร่จะใช้ของนี้เป็นของยายอ่ะมันใส่ฟันเมื่อไหร่อ่ะเมื่อไหร่ใช้ก็เป็นของยายอ่ะของนี้ใช่อ่ะใช่ยังไงอ่ะก็
เป็นโคดอกครับ
อะไรนะ
เป็นโคดอกครับ
โคดอก I don't know what he's saying. Zooming close, I think there's one in LA, but I've never been there. Oh, Gennaro, you have to go there before you leave. Just to say you've been there. Just to be able to rub shoulders with me in 2Q Asia. Really? Wow. So it's only in Asia, I guess.
ผมทำให้สิ่ง
เพราะว่าใส่น้ำหรือว่าน้ำก็ยุก็ใส่น้ำแข็งใช่ไหม
ใช่ครับ
แล้วก็
ใส่น้ำเปล่า
I just wanted to see that thing work, the big one. Here we go. Here comes my coffee. I don't have any food in my stomach either. All I have is a bulletproof coffee this morning, and then the espresso I had here, and now I'm going to have this coffee. It's no wonder I don't sleep very well. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. There is not a chance in hell I can drink all that. Share it, don't waste it. Okay, who am I going to share it with? Ooh, caramel latte, that sounds good. Is that mine? Yeah, I'm sure that one of the girls working here wants some of my coffee. Okay, so I don't know what he's doing now. And he's got the ice thing. I don't know, he's doing a pour over or something. I don't know. She knows her coffee. In my day, all you did was put in the Mr. Coffee into the Mr. Coffee maker. You turned it on, and bam, you had your coffee a few minutes later. Nowadays, it's use ice and siphons and all kinds of stuff. It's a long process. You know, in the old days, it automatically went on in the morning when you woke up and had been sitting there for like, yeah, Taster's Choice, Folgers, all that kind of garbage. Listen, my wife has been drinking, thank you very much. The wife has been drinking some Vietnamese coffee that this Vietnamese smells very good. I want to go sit down over here actually though. I don't want to sit at this counter. Thing's heavy. Cup. Thank you. right, so back at my little spot here. Here's my coffee. It's got a rubber stopper. I'm gonna be flying after this. Too much coffee. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. You have the siphon. And let's see how it tastes. And I'm not a big coffee drinker, like I say. I always drink just espresso, just a small bit of it. I like Cuban coffee because you can just slam it down. It's actually pretty good. It's kind of fruity. Very good. All right, so let's see here. What else we got here going on? What was the... the total, I wanted to get just a little bit more into this here before we take off. For Ecuador, residency can be had in 5 years. In Thailand, I think the total is 8 years. In the Philippines, 75 grand will get you permanent residency, but it's difficult to get citizenship. Vietnam, you can get citizenship, but it is very difficult, and especially if you're not of Vietnamese descent. Portugal has gotten more difficult, but it's going to cost you just like does in Thailand. If you want to get immediate or fairly immediate residency, you're going to have to pay a couple $100,000. I think it was, what was it, 200 and something. I don't know. I can't seem to find it right now. Obtain. That's Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. Cambodia seems pretty easy. 100,000 bucks. And it can lead to citizenship after 5 years of residency. Portugal, the retirement visa in Portugal is issued to those who meet financial requirements without working. Let's see here, one more thing here, let's see. It doesn't say how much, but you got to have a steady income from pension savings, etc. Golden visa, now you have to come up with at least 500 euro. 500,000 euro. 500K. It's a lot. It's quite nice, actually. It's got that kind of a berry, fruity taste to it. It's a nice coffee. They have good coffee here. It's just like in Sarni's. You know, you're going to pay a premium, but you're going to get good coffee. And this, this place is not. This isn't Cafe Amazon. I mean, even in Starbucks, it's 110 baht for an espresso. But if you bring your own little cup, you get 10 baht off. 100 baht. I mean, it's not that expensive. But when you start going over 100 baht, I mean, 100 baht is like, to me, is like the most that it should cost in Thailand. Sometimes I paid 60, 80 baht at some of these cafes that I've been going to. But to pay 140, this is 220. I could have easily made it 350. So, you know. Well, I'm sure you can make friends in all of these places. If you got a little bit of money and you are living there, you'll make female friends. Portugal, I don't know about. I am anxiously awaiting to feel the vibe in Portugal.
อันนี้จะเป็นเทสโน้ตของตัวนี้นะครับ
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I gotta put my glasses.
ส่วนอันนี้จะเป็นโปรดักต์ตัวนั้นครับ
Oh, from the big one, huh?
Yeah.
Khong Yai.
Yeah.
Oh, love. Okay. This is a vacuum siphon extraction rate 20%. So they gave me this card. People that I love sugar on it. Okay. Temperature. Dark chocolate natty caramel. It's very good. I mean, been fruity, been nit noi.
tropical fruit and nutty chocolate
Nutty chocolate and nutty caramel.
yeah
Okay. It's very good. I like it. I like it. Okay. So he's going to give me a little coffee from the big one too. I don't know how that happened, but it's quite good. And believe me, I'm sure on the weekends this place is absolutely jamming. It's not my style. You know, I don't want to be in a place like this where the music is loud and all that kind of stuff. But let's smell this here. Yeah, this is
and product
okay. So this one is Colombian coffee, and okay. I got my water. And I guess I can just drink it. But this is very good coffee. This is the house blend, which is why it doesn't cost anything extra. Now I got to sip this very cold coffee. And I want to see, he's not coming back over here, so let's see him. Oh, wow. That smells really nice. Midnight Jasmine 2021, single origin, Colombia, El Paraíso. You know, it has a smell kind of like, it almost smells like it's got alcohol in it, but it doesn't. But the smell is fabulous. Smells very, very good. That smell is about the best smelling coffee I think I've ever smelled in my life. I don't mean coffee grounds, I don't mean coffee beans, I mean actual coffee, made coffee. That smell is so fantastic. I mean, you know, let's face it, when you have coffee and it's coffee, you grind it up, a good coffee smells fantastic. Once you pop, if it's ground up already and you pop the seal on it and you smell it, there's something about that coffee smell that it just is so good. But this stuff, I would say it's worth trying. Oh, I can see. Yeah. Yeah, there you go, right there. Look at that. This, I mean, who knows, maybe there was booze in this glass and they didn't clean it that much, I don't know, but it smells. But that is a Colombia, come on. Colombia El Paraíso. If I go and train and get on like the treadmill and start running, I'd probably have a heart attack. It's very, very smooth. Very smooth. Very nice. I'm impressed by the coffee here. Yes, the paradise. Colombia, the paradise. Tasty, very tasty. I still have all this coffee left. There is no way in the notes. Very nice. It shows you everything. So the next time I come here, I will bring this and yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me in this wonderful establishment where they have very good coffee. The triangular bean, the bean in the triangle, the bean hiding in the, I don't know how you could say that. The checkered bean, the checkered triangular bean, I don't know. Smells good. Place is good. People have been very nice. The staff has been very nice. They've been very attentive. So this place gets top ratings for me. You know, I like that Now Coffee, which I think their coffee was 80 baht for an espresso, 80 baht for your average coffee. Now Coffee was very good, but I think this is a cut above, and that's why you're paying more money. But definitely the atmosphere is much different here. This is more opulent than Now Coffee. There's supposed to be this big concert here. I don't know, tomorrow, I guess. พรุ่งนี้เริ่มพรุ่งนี้แล้วก็3 วัน. So yeah, tomorrow when Songkran officially starts, the concert starts. I'm not opposed to coming to the concert, but I'd like to know who's playing. Anyway, so there, like I always say, yeah, I mean, you know, the music, they always want to play the music. They always want to play the music. And that's a big problem nowadays. Actually, I was talking to somebody day before yesterday about this. And the problem is that for whatever reason, marketing people came up with this idea that people want to hear music when they're out and about. And there is music here. It's probably going to make the video demonetized. I don't know, though. Am I the oldest person here? Right now, I think, yes, I am. Well, there's a woman across from me who is probably in her 60s. So she's probably the oldest one, but other than I'm the oldest male here. And there have been a couple older guys here earlier, older than me. But, you know, Nicholas today told me, yeah, you look like you're in your 40s. And the guy the other day that I met at the gym, the South African guy, I was hitting this contraption that they have. It's kind of like they have mitts and an area to punch and to kick, and I was hitting it, and he goes, oh, hey, you're pretty good, man. Oh, and I said, oh, thank you, you know, I'm okay. And he goes, I train a little bit, and he was all right. And he said, how long have you been here? I said, almost 30 years. He goes, so 30 years? How old are you? And I said, I'm 60. He goes, no way, I thought you were like 40. And I was like, thank you very much. You're never the oldest in the old Chinatown coffee shop, and Nicholas is alive. Yeah, Nicholas, you know, he wants his daddy happy. So I should go down to Chinatown soon, and I should go to Khlong soon. You know, I've been going out to the coffee shops a lot lately. One of these days I'll actually just stream from home. And the mall is getting ready to close up. The mall will be shut at the end of this month. And it is a nightmare to get in and out of the place. Oh man, that looks good, whatever she's having. She's having like a strawberry parfait over there, this girl. It looks very, very good. Now, what I will say about this place, if you're a little younger, and I mean 20s, 30s, and you have a fair bit of scratch, you don't have to be super rich, but you got enough scratch where, you know, like spending 4,000 or 5,000 baht in a night is not a big deal. To me, I wouldn't want to piss away 4,000 or 5,000 baht. That's how I think. I think 4,000 or 5,000 baht, I can go to the grocery for like 8, 10 days. You know, get a bunch of food. But oh man, that looks good. He's got a bunch of bread and some soup, and the bread looks fantastic. Because I'm yearning for bread for some reason. I would say, and you know, I don't know, you got a Thai chick, you don't have a Thai chick, you got a buddy maybe, you know, one of you speaks just a little bit of Thai or whatever. I would say come here on a Friday or Saturday night. Probably you would have a very good time. That's what I'll say. You would have a very good time. You know, what do I know though? But I'm gonna say this is a place where you might want to come. Back in the day when I was younger, before I was married, before I had a girlfriend, when I first came here, I used to go down to Ratchada. There were all kinds of places. There was Hollywood, Dance Fever, there was the White House, there was, and then on Thong Lor there was Jet, which is now called something else. It's changed the name. They've changed the name 2-3 times. I think it's Thong Lor. Is it Thong Lor or Ekamai? Maybe it's Ekamai. Can't remember. I always get them mixed up. There's a couple of clubs there, and they were very, 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 very good. I know where I am. Thank you. I'm gonna have one more sip of this. But I like this. I like the smell. Actually, if you go up Ratchada, if you go up, actually this place is from a movie. What is the name of the movie? It's from a movie. I forget the name of it. Well, it says like this Bangkok cafe looks like a Bond villain's lair. Oh, okay. What's this movie? Money Heist. My internet's a little slow, but give me a second. Okay. I guess this is a Spanish movie that was on. It was on Netflix, 2017, or a Spanish show. from 2017. And apparently this place looks exactly like the bank in the Money Heist. So, you know, I guess if you're into coffee, if you're into having a nice meal or a meal in a nice environment, place with a decent vibe, I would take a trip out here just to have a meal. If I was like with a chick or something and I wanted to take her out, I'd take her here for lunch or something like that. I don't know about dinner. And I don't know why you'd bring a sand to the beach if you're coming here at night on the weekends, but to each his own. And I think at least you come here, you check it out once. You can say you've been here. I did not know about this place until the other day. So, I mean, that tells you something. I'm out of the loop in many, many ways when it comes to coffee shops. I can't possibly keep up with the number of coffee shops opening up all the time, closing. There's a lot of coffee shops. What was the place? The Featherstone? I think it's called the Featherstone. Very highly rated coffee shop. And over the COVID, it got shut down. And I really wanted to go there. I saw it. It's been on many, many lists. And I thought, I'm going to go to this place. And I got ready to go. And then I thought, I better double check. And I looked and it said permanently closed. So that's the way it goes. You know, things open, things close. It's all secular. And, you know, sometimes there's spots. Sometimes there are checkers. Just the way that it goes. The girl over by the door was very friendly yesterday. She was smiling and very nice and cordial and welcoming. And there was one other girl that was also with her that was very nice. So, you know, they're friendly. That's all you can expect. You know, what do you want? Oh, that looks good, man. That looked really good. Now I'm hungry. Dallo, you are about as late as you can get because we got about no more than about 5 minutes left here in what has turned out to be a very lengthy stream. I don't know, you know, about this coffee. It smells so good, but I'm just wondering if it still has remnants of booze in it, because it does smell a little boozy. Or maybe it's just the coffee, the way that it was brewed. I don't know, you know. It's hard for me to tell. I don't have the expert nose and expert palate that some people do. I'm not into iced coffee either, but this is fantastic. It's very smooth and very tasty. And I actually prefer it to this coffee. So there you go. I'll be flying all day. Thank you very much, guys. I won't be sleeping tonight. Good thing is that my kids are home right now. I get to go home and I can force them to listen to me. They'll be sitting in the same room. I can just I can tell them things they need to do, things they should do. What are we gonna watch? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. And they'll be like, "Oh, will you shut up?" I'll be like, "I'm on the coffee, man. It's too much coffee." This stuff is like crack, man. It's so strong, this coffee. That coffee, the first coffee I had was very strong. I had my bulletproof coffee at about 5:30 in the morning because I had to get a little bit of information ready and I was just too tired last night. You missed a lot, Dallo. How dare you come in? How dare you come in so late? I'd rather have hot coffee and 100 degrees outside in the sun. You know, most of the time I don't particularly like iced coffee, but this is, like I said, this is fantastic coffee, man. Now maybe it's just a particular bean. This is single origin, the other one is not. I don't know. Yeah, but I am amped right now. Whew. It's like a full cup of coffee, one big coffee, another big coffee with the bulletproof coffee, and then the espresso, which that seemed to me very, very, I got serious. How do you have jet lag? Oh, you mean before? You see there's a big building. You can barely see it there. It's a little bit bright out, but that building next door, that building is empty. I don't know what they're probably just storing stuff in there, but they're gonna make it into a full-on restaurant. No, I haven't. I haven't been putting anything in anything lately. No drops, no nothing. This is just straight up coffee, and I actually want to continue to drink this. It's so good. Now, when I get home, I'll probably crash because I'll come down from this. Dublin will be a Guinness. So I'm going to have a Guinness in Dublin. And the guy came in the other day. I got to go back to that video and find out. I forget the name of the place he told me to go. I got to check that place out and give it a look. And maybe I'll go there. I don't know. Hopefully the wife will get her visa in like a week, which will put her at ease, because the way that it's set up is if you want to change your ticket, you have to change everybody's ticket. I was like, you know what? Why can't we just change her ticket? No, that's not the way that it is. You bought these from a travel agent. You got to change everybody's flight. And I'm like, see, this is what I mean. Give me what I want. Don't give me what you want. I'm the customer. Give me what I want. I'm the one who paid the money. We're the ones that paid the money. They may have Lucky Charms, but they are expensive. If I remember correctly, they were something like 430 baht. They're like tricks. They're like 450, 430 baht or something for a box. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's like 14 bucks for a box of cereal. And I haven't been eating cereal lately, so I haven't even been looking. The only cereal I ever buy is for Alex. I'll bring a couple of the little green, what do you call them? The little green lucky thingies. I don't even remember what they're called. 4-leaf clovers. I'll bring a couple of those. I do still have the shirt that my mother got me for this ice cream place in some place in Ireland. So I'll have to go there. On the day that I go into Dublin, I'll be wearing that shirt. And hopefully I'll get to stream from there. That would be fantastic, but I don't know what time it'll be. Let me think here. If it is 8 in the morning, let's say it's 9 in the morning in Dublin, it would be 5 in the afternoon here, which means it would be early in the morning in the United States. It would be 3 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast and 6 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. So maybe I'd have to do it a little bit later in the afternoon. If I did it, let's see, 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock. If I did it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Dublin, it would be 9 o'clock in Bangkok, which would be perfect. So it might work out. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's all I got. Thanks for getting me all amped up. It's all your guys' fault. I blame you. And you got, I don't know what's going on out here, but I guess they're getting They're going over everything for the concert tomorrow. And no, I won't be here because you know why? I don't want to go out. Hey, Joe, right at the buzzer. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I can't wait to visit Ireland. And, you know, I already know my wife is probably going to be like, you know, I had to go through all this bullshit just to get into Ireland. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. But if you were American, you wouldn't have to. So it would be much easier. So don't complain. You know, the one thing about Ecuador that I will say, if you were an American or a European or a British person or whatever you may be, and you want to bring your girl to Ecuador, like you want to move somewhere. The great thing is that in Ecuador, they don't require a Thai have a visa. You just bring the Thai there. That's it. Bring your own girl.
What do you think about it?
I like this one.
This one is called Kodik.
What is it called? Kodik?
Yes. Cold drip.
Cold drip. Oh,
Yes.
cold drip. Cold drip.
It's similar like cold brew, but it's process.
If you smell this, it smells almost like have alcohol.
It's not strong.
It's nice. Very nice. This one I like. I like this one better.
This one is too strong or not?
No, it's very smooth. It's nice. But for some reason, this one is smoother, and I just like the taste better. Maybe it's the bean. I don't know.
Yes, it's not the same bean.
Right,
This
right.
one is,
Colombian.
Yes.
Colombian.
This one, the smell is like berry.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is because it smells almost like it's alcohol.
Yes.
It smells nice. I like it.
It's had a rum.
Rum,
Yes.
like rum. Yeah. That's exactly what it smells like. Because I thought maybe, I thought maybe they clean the glass, but they don't clean so good. They put the alcohol from the bar and they're using this cup and it smells a little bit. And I think, nah, got to be the berry, you know.
Yes.
It's very nice, thank you. The coffee's very good here,
Yes, thank you.
you know.
Where are you from?
Very, very good. I'm from the U.S., but you know I live here, so and I go to many coffee shops.
Yes. Do you think this one is good? This
It's
place?
very nice. It's the most luxurious place,
Thank you.
and the coffee is very, very good. Probably, I would say this is at the top of the best coffee, really.
Thank you so much.
Seriously, and you know it's a little expensive for some people. They don't want to come here, and you know they're used to spending 60 baht, 80 baht. Maybe they don't want to come here, but I think if you're gonna, like, if you're a Farang and you want to come here, you take your girlfriend,
Yes.
you come with some friends, and you come here once in a while. Okay, it's very nice. And for me, I live in Bangkapi.
Oh,
I just come
It's
over
not
here,
far.
not too
Yeah,
far,
yes.
only 15 minutes, and it's a nice place. I would bring my wife here. I'd bring my kids. I would come, and yeah, it's nice.
You will come.
I like it. So yeah,
Thank you so
you
much.
get
Enjoy.
thumbs up. Okay, take it easy. All right, cool. Very nice. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. The name of this place is Davin Coffee and Cafe. Davin. Diwin. You want to say it like a Thai. So Divin. And here, you can see it on here, I think. Everything's in the description. You can check down the description. The address is there. Their Facebook, their Instagram is there. And like I said, man, this place is, like I was telling the guy, I'm not gonna, like, I would mealy mouth a little bit just because I don't want to say anything bad. But this place, the only thing that I would say, which I did say, is that it's a little bit expensive, but you get high quality. You get good food and good drinks. And I mean, some of those desserts over there, they look so good. And I really have to fight not to eat anything here because this stuff looks so good. I mean, I want the tiramisu. I want, you know. Actually, I know I need to go to Sarni's before before I go on the trip, I'm gonna have to go to Sarni's. That's the girl that helped me before, behind me, and I want to go to the one down by the river because I think that one's better than the one on Soi Tonson. Actually, the embassy, the Irish embassy, is near Sarni's. It's on Wireless Road, so it's not too far away. And I always tell my wife, you want to meet me at Sarni's? Because she works close to there. She's not a big coffee fan, though. So, well, so does this place, honestly. Although, you know, a lot of them, listen, good from far, far from good. That's how it works a lot of the time. You might think, you know, like out of 100 that come in, you might go, oh, 50 of them, wow. But then you really look at them and you go, maybe 15 of them, not 50. So you got to be realistic. And, you know, what are you coming here for? If you're Gennaro, you're coming here for the barista. If you're me, I'm coming for the coffee and for the, you know, the experience. Now I've been here. This place gets top marks. I would say if I'm rating it, it would be 5 stars across the board, with the exception of the price. I'd give it 4 stars because it's expensive. But you're getting good stuff, so. But he did know, hey, it smells like rum. And that's why I was like, man, it smells like alcohol. So this is the cold drip, and it's very good. Okay, so yeah, you gotta go to both Sarni's. You gotta go to all the Sarni's, and you gotta go to this place, Davin. And there's another place coming soon that I'm sure is a little bit pricey. I'm gonna go to in the next, before I leave. You know, well, you know, here's the thing. You gotta remember this. You're gonna get the service, right? You're gonna get the service, but just how much service are you gonna really get? I mean, it depends on what kind of service you want. If you expect to get full service, you might be disappointed. If you're coming to get service by consummate professionals serving good coffee, that you shall get. So, all right. One more time, leave the thumbs up. Hopefully you learned a little bit about this place, about the different visas, about the different places that you can go, and how yeah, but Dina DeLuca, I don't think the coffee's as good as here, honestly. But Dina DeLuca is a high-end place, just like this, though. But you know, I don't know. It's hard because you're not sitting, drinking the coffee and eating the food side by side. You know, taking a bite from one and another. It's difficult to compare. You know. So, but anyway, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, get yourself some merch. Get it now. Get it before Songkran is over. Get it today, because if you use the code Songkran, you get 10% off. They sold the civet shit coffee. I still have not tried the elephant shit coffee. I don't even know if that place is still fully functional. Go to AnAmericanInBangkok.com, get yourself a shirt, a hat, a mug, whatever. Save 10% with the Songkran. Go down below, become a member, whatever it is. All right, I really get sick of pimping myself out, but you know, sometimes you have to do that. You know, you got to remind people. There you go. Dallo will be back soon. Good to know. I don't know if it changes the flavor. You'd have to ask Chucky. Choke the little jerk and mine. Yes. Until next time. Well, I'll be back by by July and August. I can't wait to get out of here and then come back and have the experience and see how I feel about coming back and what's going on here. And I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, that's all I have. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I am at Davin Coffee and Cafe out here in Bueng, near Crystal Design Center, Crystal Park, which has a couple of good coffee shops themselves. They got some Illy coffee there, Illy coffee shops. They got some nice coffee shops there. It's a nice shopping center, but it's close by Rama 9. You can get here pretty easily. Just tell a taxi. You just punch in the name of the place. You'll get here, believe me. So anyway, that's all I have. Until next time, Chok Di Lel Jok and Mai. I will talk to you guys in the next couple of days. All right? Adios. Ciao. Jok and Mai. See ya.